Dire team ban.
Invoker.
Dire team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
I speak for the trees.
Dire team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to the ESL One Manila Qualifiers.
Reserve time.
Yeah?
A world devourer.
Wait, what's wrong? Oh no, your mic
Vega
isn't working. Oh,
Squadron's
damn it.
turn
Alright,
to pick.
well, we're just gonna get into the game anyway, and I will fix Blitz's mic.
Vega
No.
Squadron's turn to ban.
But they'll hear you soon. They'll hear you very, very soon. Anyways, you guys can see we're getting into the draft for our duck again. Still not working?
10 seconds
Aren't you
remaining.
working? What did you do? I'm gonna put this on
Dire
you.
team ban. Vega Squadron's turn to ban.
Huh, you're still not working. Alright guys, I'm sorry. I'm not sure why all of a sudden Mike is...
Dire team ban.
I'm sure we'll figure it out. Anyway, Power Rangers versus Vega Squadron is starting up now. Blitz, I'm gonna hook you up with the extra mic, since problem solver.
10
Test.
seconds
Hello.
remaining.
Yes. That one
5
does work.
seconds remaining.
Mike. Anyway,
Dire team pick.
just talk right into it.
Really uncomfortable, by the way. I have to like.
Well, that's why you gotta just angle.
Okay. That means I can't use my computer.
You could drag it over there.
I don't really focus on the game.
Okay. Anyway, guys. Power Rangers versus Vega Squadron, the ESL One Manila Qualifiers. Well,
10 seconds remaining.
awkward start.
5 seconds remaining.
Actually, there's
Reserve
like,
time.
here. Although he's not as good as it would be. They already have the.
Oracle.
You can't take.
Yeah.
Vega Squadron's
And they already
turn
have the
to
Nature's
pick.
Prophet anyway, which means less likely there's a position for a Void. I could be running a 4-position Nature's Prophet, but...
Safe lane is.
Safe lane Void?
But I don't think it utilizes his strength.
Yeah, I was about to say it, because I think I've played against a safe lane faceless Void, and it feels like it's just kind of the same build, in which case you really require
10
your off
seconds
laner and
remaining.
your mid laner to be the big damage dealers. So,
Dire team
Oracle's going to be picked up for Power Rangers, a really good counter to the Invoker. It can stop that Meteor Deafening Blast combination from just one-shotting one of your allies. In fact, they also have the OD's Imprisonment as well to be able to save. So there's actually, I think, a decent number of saving mechanisms here against the Invoker and potentially the Juggernauts on the Slash, but they pick it up nonetheless, despite the fact they're going up against a Furion with trees everywhere, Imprisonment,
10
as well as the
seconds
Oracle
remaining.
save. That feels a little bit risky in my mind to
5
go for the
seconds
Juggernaut,
remaining.
but I guess he's just one of the stronger meta pushing heroes. match.
I mean, the way that Vega likes to
Reserve
play,
time.
you want to hit this timing where they grow up and they just kind of fall on the problematic of how CIS. You know, there's the joke that runs around Chinese team farm style or whatever, which is it's definitely true that CIS teams will just run at you. The strength of their game is just gonna out team fight you.
Yeah.
And they're just gonna break you down or wear you down. Every single time I've seen CR play, it looks like they've actually kind of swapped their lineup a little. They no longer have Illidan, right? They no longer have Shaq, from the looks of it.
Yeah. Shaq was always, I believe, kind of a stand-in. Zara and Shaq have both been kind of playing around with Power Rangers. Undershock is kind of, well, I've seen his name before, and I'm pretty sure he's played with Power Rangers in the past. I think he's now one of the newer tryouts, I guess, in a way, since Illidan left them, Hellraisers. So, this Power Rangers lineup is definitely going to be much
Vega
weaker, I think,
Squadron's
with
turn to pick.
Illidan
Without
leaving.
Illidan,
Yeah, with Illidan leaving.
yo, wait. That lineup actually had a lot of promise. Fire a few times, but
of course, Vega Squadron are kind of the top dogs when it comes to this matchup at the very least. They started off in the quarterfinals due
10
to their
seconds
strong
remaining.
previous performance, while Power Rangers actually almost lost to
5
HDA,
seconds
which
remaining.
of course you and I know. Getting stomped in
Dire
JDL
team
by them.
hey, we
but
almost beat them. It wasn't for you.
yeah, that's true. That's true. Thanks for bringing that up again.
Oh, there's the void. That's what I meant.
Yeah.
Is that one of the teams? Just because it works really well with Vegas.
10
The only
seconds
downside
remaining.
would be the fact that you're running a melee carry. That can definitely be worked around, especially since, I mean, he still has
Vega
Omni Slash.
Squadron's turn to ban.
Definitely the biggest strength is that Faceless Void pairs up with the Invoker really well, free Sun Strikes. It really feels like, from the offlane position, Faceless Void has this amazing utility, both between his time dilation as well as his
10
chronosphere.
seconds
They're
remaining.
amazing abilities, but he just really lacks damage, especially with the build that
5 seconds
people seem to be
remaining.
going nowadays with the
Vlads.
Vlads into
Reserve
Gags. Yeah.
time.
So in that case, you really need some extra damage, because you'll never be able to solo kill somebody out of Chronos, or at least. So Sunstrike gives you that little bit of extra oomph that is necessary to be able to get the kill.
What Vegas for old, probably go first. But that hero has not been used. Pretty interested. I think they need something. Their lineup is pretty good though at 5 minutes. Flash. I was gonna suggest
Dire
Spectre
team pick.
against the Invoker.
Yeah, and you've already got some global. I mean, it works really well with the Nature's Prophet for some sure.
Wraith King!
General is just one. There we go.
Vega
Genki.
Squadron's
Yeah.
Can't get the
turn
Spectre.
to pick.
I get the guy who lives twice.
Yeah, you're not gonna worry as much about being bursted down by the Omni Slash or the Invoker's combination. You've got, again, multiple saving mechanisms. I think the Oracle pairs really well with the Lina, and the Lina pairs really well with the OD, and that and the Wraith King. A lot of setup stunts for the Lina to be able to work around with.
10
Thanks to
seconds
that last
remaining.
pick.
Just needed something. Would have been better
5
overall, but
seconds remaining.
for the laning phase, you needed. What are you gonna do? Your dagger and then
Reserve time.
go away. Wraith King burst him down.
Yeah.
A little bit of.
Especially against Oracle. Oracle is terrible versus Faceless Void, because you throw down that nuke,
Yeah,
and
then
he
he just
jumps
heals.
away, he heals it, and then he starts getting heals from the nuke as well. So, but now with this like heavy amount of nuke, they have the ability to overwhelm the Faceless, or he can get a time walk off. You said you kind of like Skywrath Mage, but not really a big patch hero right now. Wraith King being picked up, does that change anything for you and what's needed from a support position? Or kiting is right.
Yeah. Right now, you don't want something that works well against. You want something that kind of nicely throughout.
Ancient Apparition?
We banned it.
Oh, you're right.
Sorry, what it said.
Yeah. Enigma. Oh, they actually go for a jungle. Huh.
This is actually interesting. Because kind of the downside of the Enigma is that the hero isn't very strong and sacrifice a lot by punishing the. Although I sort of feel like the Nature's Prophet will do fine because Edge plus Jugger. Because lineup, as long as you from an offlane, all you have to do really solo zone out of Nature's. Because the Nature's Prophet will just kind of attack you. That's the strength of offlaner. You're gonna set your world afire and crazy initiator or anything, but he messes with your offlane a lot.
Remaining.
Farms that are pretty decent. Go to the jungle.
5 seconds remaining.
Out. But Vega is going for the overall game. Sometimes when I look at it, even I look towards the laning phase a little bit. So this is kind of the better look at it. You look beyond the laning phase and say, what can the Enigma bring you? A lot of crowd control, opportunity for black hole can just blow the game open. In some ways, it doesn't mesh well with the void. You're not really.
Well, in some ways, it can mesh well with the void.
You
with
never
that Midnight Pulse with with Chronosphere. I like that combination.
You never really rely on the black hole. People look at Enigma, they always think about the black hole, but the black hole is finisher. It's the move where if it hits, fantastic. If it doesn't, that's not the reason why you pick the hero. It's because you safely push, farm really quickly in the jungle like nobody else can, get a fast level 6 and pressure. Good against Wraith.
The OD versus Invoker matchup, how heavily is that cited to the Invoker? And then will the Furion and his potential early presence, being able to rotate in and provide the extra bit of damage required, can that offset the Invokers in this matchup?
I think OD does fine. If anything, I think OD wins.
Oh, okay.
Because you summon the Forge Spirits, you can two-shot them.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot about
the
that.
Arcane Orb.
Arcane Orb just...
And Arcane Orb in general is really good. Heroes like... really trade hits with Invoker against them. You're gonna build naturally tanky. The way that you itemize General is gonna...
Does that require, do you think that the Enigma... is this one of those games where you try and pick up perhaps an early smoke and rotate into the mid lane, or you just solely focus on farming?
You just solely focus on farming, then do like 6 and either rotate to the lane and push on the tower. You can do that. You can smoke behind the tower, the next catapult, chin, and then black hole the Nature's Prophet and take the tower down. Or it just depends on how badly or how well your Invoker's doing. If your Invoker's doing really well, then you can kind of ignore mid, kind of focus on pressuring the safe lane. If you look at PR's lineup, they don't have the best heroes at rotating over. He's garbage at it. You don't want to rotate him in, and it's not like you have a Puck or a Queen of Pain. So if Vega decides to go for tier 2 tower at bottom, it's going to be hard for PR to respond.
The battle begins.
Bounty runes coming out. Ultimates are going to be taking it. We are seeing some pretty typical laning phase stuff. The one difference is that Solo is actually going to give a bit of an advantage to the Faceless Void. He definitely needs this, especially since his offlane camp was blocked out by Power Rangers. This leaves not many options for a Mag against, as you talked about, a tri-lane that has such heavy nukes that they can actually potentially kill him before he gets off time walk. So,
dragged a lot of the creep wave. Really good for
exactly what a Lone Druid or Furion is so good at in the offlane. He's got to be a bit careful against this stun and spin combination, but as long as he keeps his distance, first should allow him to it.
Against dual lanes like this, what matters more is that you don't get traded out by the Avenger. If you notice, she has to go for the weighted pair level 1, the solo support. Can't really afford to just go for the stun level 1. You can't trade hits, right? And that's pretty huge. As the Cat, like when playing the Nature's Prophet, all he has to worry about is if the Jug's running at him. Okay, you've got to run back. But if it's only Sioma there, then he can just as long as he wants. Like, look how aggressively he's playing up because he knows that the creep is pushing the Jug to farm.
Because of that, be able to pick up some experience and gold off of that neutral camp. Meanwhile, our face is void. Despite the range creep deny, looks like Power Rangers have gotten the lane back under control via a hard camp pull. And there seems to be little Mag can really do about it. Can't really trade hits here with Undershock already there, so quickly jumps himself out.
Prophet is getting so much out. Sometimes what you pair to is support. He's already sort of carry. With this comes the idea that Solo is going to get it a lot in jungle, and he's going to go uncontested. What you're hoping for. Solo's already level 3 himself. Soling. He happens to do is going to matter a lot. So the first level hero, kind of just want to blow it to pick up a free kill if you can. Otherwise, you're not going to feel the presence of the hero for.
Looking at the offlane Thesis Void, what do you think he should be doing in this scenario? Because he is being so aggressively pushed back, the bull supports are basically constantly zoning him away, and he doesn't have this offlane camp to farm. Do you do something as drastic as go and farm like your own jungle, or do you think it's the proper play to stay top and in a way keep the supports there?
I think you have to keep this really easy. For example, for Lina to come in and help out the OD kill. Lina can just set up from OD, dead, no one. Supports here too. And Vega doesn't have a way to rotate. If you notice, talked about already in their lineup.
Yeah.
You're not going to send, for example, the Venge there when he's already one-on-one against him. So I think it's best for him to kind of sit up here and mess with the support. Kind of force a lot of the game around him. He's going to eventually get.
Lina trying to rotate into that mid lane. We'll head on back to top, and if Mag's not careful, he'd be caught out, but seems like he's kind of reading the art pretty well. No one's having the opportunity to go on the OD here. Turns around, gets off the imprisonment, and will heal himself back up to full. Yeah, Solo is still 30-1. We talked about, remember when he was playing Lina constantly? That greedy 4 position that he just really seems to excel at.
Yeah, no Falcon's first item.
Oh, yeah. Oh, TPN. Cheshire Cat trying to contest for the rune. Will be picking up the illusion rune, but takes a lot of damage for it. Solo can't finish him off, but these gets the chase away. The Sunstrike, oh, almost finished him off there. Left him without 20 HP, but no one won't be able to pick up that first blood. Still yet to happen. 4 minutes into this.
Not clutch tank. Things are going okay though. No one's actually winning. Standard though.
So you don't think either team has really gained much of an advantage in the laning phase? Like Vega, if you look at the traditional metrics, Vega, Squadron are ahead, but that's just because they have a 4 jungler.
They haven't really been punished. Mag's doing an okay job of getting level. The fact that he's level 3 right now is there's often been a doesn't have that camp. Now that the camp is available, tell him that he's add a little bit.
Side strike array will land. Mag, I'm not sure what Power Rangers thought was going to happen there, but even close to bringing him to death. Their supports are getting drastically under leveled now.
Downside. Really don't. I don't really like that the Nate Prophet either. I feel like that ruined a lot of his momentum. Like go back and heal, save, eventual spirit. He's been doing that. And just been solely focused on. Not even. Level 5 is really incredibly fast.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Bot rune again.
Double damage.
DD, which will help out for the push at bottom lane, which is exactly what they're going to go for. Unless the TP into middle lane is required, no one is under some trouble, but Zar's going to be caught out here. Good light strike array there from J4, but it doesn't change the fact that our OD dies underneath that ice wall now. Continue for a little bit more damage, but No one and solo before backup eventually. Still though, that push continues at the bottom lane. Not really needing the Enigma's help. They drew a lot of players into that mid lane, and Juggernaut spins down a wave, allowing them to get some free damage.
Here we go. This is where the supports are rotated. He's gonna try to get some levels out of this. This is kind of his comeback mechanic. Give Mag a lot of room.
Dire's bottom tower
Rotate
is
between.
under attack.
Jungle out. Bull's already level. Right, ring. Farm out this camp. Bottom tower though is really.
Wait, we have Aquila on who? Juggernaut? Oh no, it's here.
I was like, what?
For a second, I thought you were talking about solo. I was like, what?
But you said.
Yeah. But you were talking about solo, and you were like, get the ring of Aquila. And I was like, what? Since when does Enigma get that? Yeah.
You got the ring of. Could have done it with some.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
They'll be able to take this tower. No attempt at a deny here from Power Rangers, and nothing else is really happening on the other side of the map for PR either. Undershock still farming away. He's got 1,200 gold. Is this a hand of Midas game for Wraith King, or do you want to see that fast blade mail into a blink?
Sorta would prefer just early fighting.
Invisibility.
You either do that or everybody. Either nobody gets a Midas or everybody just gets a Midas.
In other words, it's just kind of a style play. Like, if he's going to go for the Midas and try and play the long game, then everyone should try and plan on same.
Thing is, I think if he doesn't go for the Midas, he's gonna fall behind. They probably plan on 5-manning. Unless they just
Dire's
plan on.
middle tower is under attack.
I don't know if you can do that.
9 minutes in, net worth is going to look quite favorable for Vega Squadron since they just took a tier 1 tower. 3 of the top 4 heroes all being on the Vega Squadron side, and one of the biggest differences is the Invoker versus the OD. The OD is going to feel, oh, good swap there from Sioma. I can't believe he was in range for that one, but that will ensure the kill on the OD. No one doing a great job of using this early ice wall to the OD twice in a row now.
It's that you don't expect the eventual sprint early on, and you can tell that the OD I would be really surprised at the laner if solo support were that high levels. That's where Vega's really the XP game. In terms of gold, they're about 4,000, but matching it doesn't just come from the Enigma like we were saying. Ventral's getting PR supports holy game because they focus so much. Bag's got an Iron Talon. He can farm his way back. Look at Pasha.
Dire's bottom tower is under
But a
attack.
sneaky play. Big Num is not level 6 yet, but he's about to be. Can he pick it up in time? Doesn't look like it. Pasha starts going on him. The spin's going to go out. Unfortunately, mass TPs, and Pasha is going to quickly TP himself out just ahead of that Light Strike array. The other TP was cancelled. Still, he forced something out of that, even if he can't get the kill. Big Num is now level 6, though.
Full blade now. This is gonna just get a blink right after this, and I think if you're against a different carry, like if you're against a mage, the Midas Jug is okay.
Still haven't used this Chronosphere, and Bag picking up his level 6 quite recently, but it just doesn't seem to be needed. Vega Squadron are winning their other lanes without this big initiator. And there goes another tier 1 tower down, and this is before the mech is even picked up, before they go that kind of push. They are going to go on Undershock now, seeing that he's pushed too far forward. The Chronosphere is going to allow for mass rotations, and they should be able to get the double kill here on Undershock, as there just doesn't seem to be support rotations in time. Maybe Oracle, with his ultimate, might be able to save Undershock. The stun goes out. Now the turn and run. Big Num was waiting for a stun before popping that one, but they still have the swap, and Undershock is surrounded by too many heroes for Big Num to be able to save him. Yama hopes to be able to pick up Big Num as well, but he's already out 4-0 now, as Vega Squadron putting on quite a clean clinic here in game 1.
Dire's top tower
That's
is
massive
under
that he had to
attack.
pop the ultimate that early on. Well, no, 230 seconds cooldown on reincarnation. Kind of just makes this hero really ordinary now that I think this is going to be Vega's cue to just go for PR, just can't contest.
Radiant's
look at-
middle tower is under attack.
Very tanky.
Dire's
Without the
top
Oracle
tower
ultimate, you can't
has
really
fallen.
going for the tier. Have
Radiant's middle tower is
getting so
under
many
attack.
levels inside of this. Even really that afraid to lose the
Radiant structures are fortified.
to get control of the enemy jungle.
With me.
Yeah. And unfortunately, the Furion is his TP was on cooldown for a while, so he couldn't join mid right away. And his bottom lane push is certainly not going to be fast enough. Solo is trying to catch him right now. He's not going to be there in time, though.
If you're Vega, you just go bottom tier 2. You have so many stuff. Got an easy way to do it with the.
Power Rangers are doing something interesting here. They went from mid into the jungle. They're going to 3-man smoke, but you called it. Vega Squadron are going to go for a push at bottom lane, and with 3 heroes there, it's that idea for Power Rangers to pursue. So they're going to go back to middle lane, try and go for that quick pickoff. At least they're aware of how far behind they are and know that they can't team fight like that. So quick kill on Siom the Slayer is definitely going to help things out.
Dire's bottom
But that's still
tower
a
is
tier
under
2
attack.
tower that's going to go down.
Honor fighting. To tier 1 tower 2.
Radiant's middle
Mag hasn't
tower
revealed
is
himself
under
either.
attack.
It's really reasonable
Dire's
for
bottom tower is
to
under
assume that
attack.
Mag is just waiting behind come initiation opportunity. They don't have the racing ult. You're probably not going to get into a
Dire's
prolonged
bottom
fight.
tower has
Putting
fallen.
pressure on this mid tower is the best thing. If you're Vega, you should
Radiant's
tower that you
middle
wanna
tower
contest.
is under
And
attack.
Mag's got a good Chronosphere
Dire's
opportunity
bottom
here.
tower
Power
is
Rangers are
under
not going to
attack.
be able to get themselves away from this push very cleanly. Chronosphere on it too. Perfect setup there. Does catch no one, but not a big deal. Solo's going to come back and look for that black hole opportunity. The Meteor does come out, hits Victim very squarely. Will be able to take him out even with the ultimate going down. Seems like he should die. Siom the Slayer chasing the OD. Doesn't
Radiant's
quite
top
make
tower
it there.
is under attack.
Yep. He does die to the ultimate wearing out. So 2 quick kills there for Power Rangers, or for Vega Squadron. Power Rangers failed to be able to take that tier 2 tower.
And this is kind of the weakness of PR that I highlighted before. They just don't have a lot of heroes that can fight. Move when they went for the gank to the
Dire's
safe laner.
middle tower is under
Undershock not
attack.
having his ultimate up for this long still hurts them so much. Can't really contest that available. Now they have to wait that duration out, and kind of the weakness. Got another full minute before they can really challenge.
Was this counterward placed for a award here, I'm presuming?
Yeah.
It's rather fortunate since the OD grabbing his invis did get spotted out in the process.
Faster I fly.
They're gonna try to. They should split the map up right now though, and then wait for Undershock level 11, have a blink dagger, soak up, and I don't think they do Roshan.
Uh-oh. Jade 4's dead.
Tower is under attack.
It's out the light strike array, but that's all. And now Noah, nice blink forward, catches Big Num with the ice wall, and Big Num doesn't even try. Knows he's dead. Didn't have the ultimate to fall back on. Meanwhile, in the top lane, Zara is going to be countered up. Looks like that counter ward finally caught him out. Vega Squadron winning pretty much everywhere we look. 9-1 now.
Game is starting to really get out of hand.
Dire's bottom
Really
tower
big issue
is
with
under attack.
Heroes, right, and people are getting picked off. They aren't even pushing in for active. The fact that you can do meta of Dota, where oftentimes you have to just be that you're able to just kind of flit around the map, pick off, moralizing.
They're still going to look for this Invoker, hoping that he's overconfident, perhaps. Undershock kind of dodges the Meteor, soaks up some of the damage afterwards with the Blade Mail, and that's going to be one of the better ways to counter the Invoker.
Gets his
Yeah.
getting a lot of farm. Look at individual 10k. It's even realm of possibility. Kill Undershock again. Try your blink, get out.
Nice blink away, Mag. Oh, he's gonna bro. Oh my God! He throws out the Chronosphere, catches Undershock. They know it too. They've got him dead to rights 2 times in a row.
Oh, they really can't afford this death.
Not even having the opportunity to blink away again. Night Pulse puts a stop to that one. Vega Squadrons find themselves their 10th kill of the game in 16 minutes. But that only tells part of the story. They're up over 10k net worth by this point in time. They're about to pick up Roshan, and you could say that this lineup still hasn't hit its full swing.
They're kind of smiling. So, no one's gonna pick up the Aegis, and this is hero that you
Radiant's middle tower
Not
is
too
under
long.
attack.
are. Just because you're having trouble assaulting the back line to be... You have to cut through so much. Now things become really rough for them. They have to split up the map. There's no way that they can get into a direction. Little hit and run guerrilla tactic pickoffs is the way to go. Vega, they're just gonna force the issue, try to 5-man out. That's about... They are looking all around the map. Get out of this. Gonna split them up. I want to go on this roll.
Yeah, they just kind of gave up on that kill, it seems.
Really lock them down, right?
I mean, I was thinking about that. I think technically they can. Time Walk, it still has quite the animation to it, so if they were somehow... that's the biggest thing. They have to be able to lead with Imprisonment. Then you turn Imprisonment into LSA, Guna Blade, Oracle Purifying Flames as well. The match would definitely die. In fact, they're just going to try and do the 2-man combo. They have to hit this LSA though, and he misses.
Run.
J4's now going to pay for it. Solo's going to be able to catch him with the Malefice. Fortunately, no one didn't hit Zara with that ice wall, but it may not matter. Mag is trying to catch up. Doesn't have time dilation, but it doesn't matter. No one is doing more than enough damage to take Solo. And 12-1 now. 18. In Vega Squadron could go for that last remaining tier 2 tower.
Kind of early, but you can go for a high ground push if you. PR doesn't have anything.
Dire's top tower is under
Sometimes when you
attack.
want to have these kinds of that can pressure really hard, but what is it that PR have as?
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah.
Here, Vega, you
Dire's
can
middle tower has fallen. Radiant structures
split
are
push is
fortified.
sort of developing, but bottom
Dire's
tier with our
top tower
their pressure.
is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower
Know that
is
you
under
can't
attack. Dire's
give up
structures are
at a
fortified.
rack. Vega
Dire's
gets this for
middle
free, then they're gonna feel more
tower-
emboldened and go for
Radiant's
this.
bottom tower has fallen. Dire's middle
think you
tower
definitely just
has
keep-
fallen. Dire's middle barracks
Wow,
is under
Power
attack.
Rangers. Not with a bang, but with a whimper. They GG out in game number 1.
Vega Squadron, victory!
And I know you had some issues with Power Rangers and some of their performance here in the laning phase. They didn't shed out the void enough. They there was a little bit of ground loss perhaps on the Furion.
I don't think it's that. I think a lot of people are gonna look at just like. I think the biggest thing, they lost the Wraith King top. They were able to get him clean twice. Even before that point, they were winning pretty hard. But once they got rid of the for like 300 seconds, then PR's thinking to themselves, we have literally no